Today we would like to welcome everybody, all of our guests, Dr. Ali Mudir, Dr. Abdul Najmi, as well as Dr. Ahmed Najli. We would like to welcome you to our Adda'Week Week celebration. As we progress during the celebration, some of you might definitely know and will realize what we have been doing for the last year. But first, we would like to start with a recitation of the Holy Quran by Mr. Omar Nassim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
As we start with the program, we would want you to at least digest what we are going to be presenting to you today. For those who have not been with us for a year, whatever you're going to witness today, this morning for 1.5 hours, is what our specific teams in our hospital have been doing, and that is for a whole year. Okay? To start the program, we would like to welcome Dr. Abdul Najmi, our sponsor, the ADA sponsor, our hospital director, to open this event.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. أما بعد، نرحب بسعادة المساعد المدير العام للخدمات العلاجية الدكتور علي المدير. حقيقة طبعا الدكتور علي يمكن من الناس اللي بدأت وضعت اللبنة الأساسية لهذه المشاريع. كل الشكر والتقدير له على حضوره وتشريفه اليوم. نرحب بجميع الزملاء. أود التنويه عن برنامج أداء بحضور الدكتور مقبول والدكتور خالد والإخوان اللي يمكن يسمعوا عن موضوع برنامج أداء. أعطيهم بريف. هذا البرنامج طبعا هو برنامج وزاري يحظى باهتمام الوزير، معالي الوزير، معالي النائب وسعادة الوكلاء. بدأ هذا البرنامج من سنتين، بدأ ب 30 مستشفى مركزي، وتطور في هذه السنة ليحوي 72 مستشفى. تم التنسيق مع مدراء المستشفيات المركزية الحكومية في اجتماع مع الوكلاء ومعالي النائب، وتم الاستماع إلى مشاكل المستشفيات. جمعوا المدراء، سمعوا مشاكلهم، بدأ كل دكتور يقول أنا عندي مشكلة في الطوارئ، أنا قلت عندي مشكلة في الطوارئ. في الأعداد اللي كانت تيجي توصل إلى 600 وتبدأ تعطي المشاكل حقها. راحوا جابوا هم شركة اسمها شركة تي، هذه شركة متعاونة مع وزارة الصحة للمساعدة والمتابعة في تحقيق أو إتمام المشاريع المقترحة من المستشفيات. فهو برنامج منكم وإليكم. المشاكل اللي عندك تعمل لها أناليسيس، تعمل لها حلول، تبدأ بمشاريع تحسينية، وبالتالي بعد كده تعمل متابعة للمشاريع التحسينية. كان لهم اشتراطات في المشاريع هذه، واشتراطاتهم منها تكون high impact و low effort. بمعنى يشوفوا المشاريع اللي ما تكون مكلفة ماليا أو فيها أعمال هندسية كبيرة ويختاروا. طبعا اليوم حقيقة يسمع عن احتفال برنامج أداء. أنا والله ما جاي عشان احتفال برنامج أداء، أنا جاي نحتفل اليوم بتخريج الدفعة الثانية من القيادات في مستشفى الملك فهد تحت مظلة وزارية. طبعا تم اختيار القيادات التي إن شاء الله راح نسمع لهم كلنا الآن بعناية، سواء عن طريق مقابلات شخصية أو عن طريق observation. فهذه تجربة للدفعة الثانية. فخور جدا 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 بوجود هذه الكوكبة. هي كوكبة إدارية قيادية متميزة، أبدعت، تميزت، نجحت وحققت مشاريع رغم التحديات، تحديات خارجية وداخلية في المنشأة. أذكر على سبيل المثال الدكتور طريق الأعمى وكيل وزارة في اجتماع المستشفيات المركزية قال كلمة، قال تميزت مشاريع مستشفى الملك فهد رغم إغلاق مستشفى بجازان والحرب على الحد الجنوبي. تم تكريم مستشفى الملك فهد في السنة الأولى من أفضل 5 مستشفيات على مستوى الوزارة. التحديات حقيقة خاصة هذه السنة، الدفعة الأولى حقيقة قبل التحديات ذكرناها، الدفعة هذه قبل التحديات أكثر. الجميع يذكر أنه في شهر 8 كان في تقريب سباهي الإسراء، كان في نهاية شهر 8 نفس المجموعة شاركت في التقريب. جاءت بعدها فترة الإجازات، جاء بعدها تقييم المختبر كمختبر إقليمي. تحديات حقيقة كثيرة، وأنا يمكن بعض الإخوان يعني كنت شوية ضاغط عليهم وقسيت لهم بعض الكلمات والآن أعتذر منهم. اللي جبناه من إجازة واللي ما تهنى في إجازته، أذكر على سبيل المثال علي بالأشعة ونزاوي وهيثم، أكثر من واحد يعني نعتذر منهم الآن حقيقة. وإن شاء الله وبإذن الله أرى أنه الدكتور علي المدير بدأ يحرك عينيه يمنة ويسرى، وحيث يستقطب من الكوكبة هذه إن شاء الله. وإن شاء الله وبإذن الله على المدى القريب نشوفكم إن شاء الله بقيادات في المنطقة وترفع رؤوسنا، ولا أحب أن أطيل أكثر من ذلك ونفتح المجال للدكتور علي المدير لإلقاء كلمته. شكرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah. At this point, we would like to call on Dr. Ali Mudir. He is the Assistant Deputy for Curating Services in Bajazan, and the whole other project is officially under him. Dr. Ali?
Arabic or English, sir, whatever you prefer.
السلام عليكم.
I will just translate.
صباح الخير جميعا. حقيقة سعيد بالدعوة الكريمة من زملاء مستشفى الملك فهد، وأنا طبعا I'm not against divine, it's my home. سعيد جدا إنه بديت مع الزملاء كلهم برنامج أداء في يمكن أول شهر قبل ما تنفتح المهمة إلى الزميل دكتور أحمد النجدي، وأشكره يعني جزيل الشكر على إتمام المهمة. شكر طبعا موصول دكتور عبد الله. وحقيقة الكلام اللي قاله الدكتور عبد الله ليس بالكلام اللي فقط يقوله الدكتور عبد الله. أنا أسبوعيا أحضر الاجتماع الوزاري على مستوى المملكة في رفع التقرير للمنطقة، وما يقال صراحة عن المنطقة وخاصة عن مستشفى الملك يعني لابد نشيد فيه الناس كلها، ولابد الواحد يفتخر فيه ويرفع فيه الرأس. الصعوبات والتحديات اللي موجودة في مستشفى الملك مختلفة تماما حقيقة على أي صعوبات أخرى، ولكن للأمانة يعني التقرير دائما رائع منفذ في كل الوقت. ومن هالمنطلق حقيقة كمديرية شؤون صحية وكصحة بجازان يعني إحنا
عندنا الرغبة وأبدينا الرغبة مع الزملاء في الوزارة في يعني أخذ نماذج المبادرات اللي عملت في مستشفى الملك وتنفيذها على مستشفيات أخرى. ويشرفنا صراحة إنه زي ما قال الدكتور عبد الله إنه الليدرز القادة اللي كانوا على رأس المشاريع هذه يكونوا ضمن القادة على مستوى المنطقة. يشرفنا حقيقة اختيار بعض الزملاء اللي يكونوا PIUs ممثلين للمنطقة، لأنه هذا صراحة يعني أقل شكر للزملاء والزميلات اللي كانوا على رأس البرامج وأعطوا انطباع رائع جدا. كاستراتيجي بلان صراحة واستراتيجية لصحة جازان زي ما ذكرت لكم، يعني أنا أعتقد إنه الوزارة في خطة لتجديد البرنامج لسنة أخرى حقيقة، وراح تشمل مستشفيات أخرى، وراح يعني تستمر في مستشفى الملك والمستشفيات الثانية، ولعلنا نبدأ يعني بالعصر الذهني في برامج جديدة للمستقبل القريب بإذن الله. نستفيد من خبراتكم في ما تم حقيقة خلال هالسنة، وسعيد جدا نشارككم اليوم صراحة النجاحات هذه. يعني أقول لكم مبروك وأقول لنفسي مبروك حقيقة، لأني ابن هذا المكان واحد يفتخر حقيقة إنه يطلع من هذا المكان ويشوف هالنجاحات. شكرا للجميع، الله يعطيكم العافية، ونتمنى أن نتشارك دائما بكل النجاحات. شكرا لكم، الله يعطيكم العافية.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. We look forward to having our frequent consultations with you, Dr. Ali. At this point, perhaps I would just like to ask, who amongst you here has heard of Adaa but don't exactly know what it is? Raise your hands. You have heard from your colleagues or from the domains in your colleagues about Adaa, but before we give you the performances of the domains, we would like to tell you just a very brief summary about the Adaa program. Most probably about 5 minutes. And we're going to show it to you in pictures. Okay. So, what exactly is Adaa program? You have lights. Adaa program 2017, just a brief summary. For one whole year, from January 2017 until 2017 of November, we have been putting all our minds together for the Adaa program. Now, what exactly is the Adaa program? Okay, Adaa program is a continuation of the previous PCP program under GE Healthcare Solutions. It is a one-year program with 50 MOH or MOH hospitals, ministry hospitals, where GE was staffed as the enabler. Okay, so previously during the PCP, it was only 33 hospitals. So after the 1 year that they had, they decided to put another year which was eventually called the Adaa program. It is a one-year program, and it is a high-priority program of the ministry. Later you would understand why. During the last phase of our presentation, where the change agent Gladys will be able to explain to you what is the importance of Adaa during the 2018. It is a high-priority program of the ministry. However, it is not the program of the GE. The GE is only the enabler. It is an MOH program, which means, in effect, it is our program as hospitals, because the hospitals consist of us staff, so it is basically our program. For the other program, there is a measurement of 34 KPIs across the 7 domains of each hospital. The GE and the ministry, they sat down and decided to have the 7 domains where the key performance indicators will be measured, and where our performance will be measured against these indicators. These are 34 KPIs, and these are KPIs that each of the domains are measuring. Okay? The implementation of the focus improvements, we call it before the projects, and we still call it projects right now. Bear in your mind the words focus improvements, which are going to be done by the hospital domains for the performance of the the performance of all the projects. Okay, for the one-year program, what happened? What you can see right now is when it started, where it started here, for the leadership workshop session until the report out. Okay, so we will go through that just a little bit. A few seconds for each. Okay. What are the roles and responsibilities of those who are involved in ADAء? First, there is our hospital director who serves as the sponsor. He oversees all the work in ADAء in all the hospitals. For King, I think Dr. Ali and Dr. Najmi has already mentioned that there were 3 hospitals in Bajazan that work under ADAء, which is the King Fahd Central Hospital, the Bin Nasser Hospital, and the Sabia Hospital. So all this, the hospital directors are the one who oversees this work. And he is also the one selecting the members of the ADAء. The change agents. All the programs and the projects in the hospital cannot push through without somebody facilitating. It has to be somebody who will call all the people to come into the session to work. And these are the work of the change agents. Here in our hospital, there are 3 change agents. Myself, Gladys, and Riza. So we are always responsible in calling even the domain leaders in the middle of the night just to make sure that the data collections are on time, because we have deadlines to beat. So that is our work. We try to bridge from between ourselves, the domains, and the hospital administration. We are also the primary point of communication with the GE consultants. Whatever the domain leaders would ask, we always confer with the GE consultants. Now the domain leaders. The domain leaders are the ones responsible for implementation of the focus improvements. They head all these projects. And under them are the data leaders. The data leaders are the one who does the data collection. They collect data. They ask questions. They go through the HIS and the manual collection of the data. And they always have the help of the data collectors, the members of the data collectors. The other team members are very important as well. Why? Because the focus improvements cannot work without the support systems. Like, for example, for the maintenance, for the IT and the medical supply. We need all these people to work with us so that we will be able to perform our projects. Okay, for the data training, there was a time, the first phase was when the hospital directors went to Riyadh for the training. There they were introduced the ADAء program and the basic tools that are needed. So during this time, after the data training, these 3 hospitals came here in this place. Our G consultant was Mr. Mukhtar Nasoli and Mr. Jason, who came here to teach our staff the domains and the data collectors regarding the KPIs, the Excel sheets. So this was the time when Mr. Nasoli was here and some of our members of the domains. The baseline KPI assessment, right after they have already seen and they have already checked all the KPIs because they were introduced the KPIs, they are going to start the baseline data. So they're going to collect the domains that the data collectors are going to collect from the HIS and manual for this data in each domain for the KPIs. Okay? Right after that, we have the target domains. Now, what are the target domains? This is where all the domain leaders and the data collectors are. First is the emergency, the ER, the inpatient, the outpatient. Then we have the operating room. We have the critical care, which consists of the CCU, ICU, PDICU, and neonatal ICU. Then we have the radiology, and then we have the laboratory. These are the 7 domains that were agreed upon by the GE and the ministry to be under the ADAء program. Okay, so right after that, right after the data collection, the baseline data, what happens? We are already on the middle part. This is where the hospital performance training is. All the domain leaders and all the data collectors converge here in this area to do the actual data on VSM of the values, stream mapping, and the KPIs. And I will ask Rizalin to just give you a brief in pictures. These are all in pictures. Brox.
Good morning, everyone. So during our hospital performance training, This was done during the last 6 weeks after the baseline data collection. So this is conducted by Mr. Jason Cope, the head consultant from GE Healthcare. And this, okay. And this is with Mr. Mukhtar Nasuli, our GE consultant. Okay, we'll just go through the pictures during the one-day program. This is from the inpatient domain. During the performance training, the 7 domains were distributed in each group, and then they were trained how to do the VSM, the value stream mapping, and the priority matrix, payoff matrix. With this, during that day, each domain was asked to do the value stream mapping. Value stream mapping is the process where they will identify the value, the waste, the problem, and the potential solutions. This is from the inpatient, the critical care department, emergency department, and the OPD. After the value stream mapping, they were asked to prioritize and identify the waste of the process of, like example, the process of from the patient arrived in the when the patient arrived from the ER until the patient will be discharged. So that is the example of a process where they will do the value stream mapping, and they will identify the waste, the value, and the not value added. This is from the radiology department and the laboratory. Opportunities for improvement. So after they did the value stream mapping, they were asked, each domain were asked to submit 5 opportunities for improvement, a minimum of 5 opportunities for improvement. So each domain, a total of, overall domains submitted a total of 57 opportunities for improvement. So we'll just go through each domain. Okay, from the opportunities of improvement, during that hospital performance training also, from the GE Healthcare, they trained us how to enter all the data on the KaiNexus application. So for KaiNexus application, only the hospital director, change agents, and the domain leaders have the access on this application. So when after the training, they were asked to enter all their opportunities for improvement on KaiNexus. And in KaiNexus, the domain leaders will be the one to enter their charter data and their task, the plan for the projects. Here is an example of one OR project, improvement project. and it is being monitored and tracked by the GE on KaiNexus. So whatever it is entered in the KaiNexus, automatically Mr. Jason will see the progress of our projects, and it should be updated regularly, because the percentage of our project, the progress of our project will be seen on KaiNexus. So during the whole year of our ADAP program, we are having a bi-weekly meetings in our hospital with the domain leaders, data collectors, and the hospital leaders. After those bi-weekly meetings, we are also having our bi-weekly consultants visit from the GE, where we are going to relay the reports that we have been discussing every 2 weeks. And these are the photos of our meetings. Lastly, for the report out, this will happen, the final report out will be on the middle of December, next month. And this is the time where Dr. Abdullah will go to Riyadh and report to the Directorate and to the Ministry the progress of our improvement projects.
Okay, thank you, Riselin. Can we have the lights on, please? Okay, now, right after those process, we went to the implementation of the focus improvement, which is called the projects. We finished all of it. We finished all the projects. How did our domains fare? What were the improvements, or what was the progress, and what was the performance? And this is what we are going to show to you per domain now. So we start with the OR domain. We would like to ask Abul Qasim, the domain leader. This is Abul Qasim, the domain leader of OR. Could you please give him a hand?
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank our hospital administration, surgical team member, and also the team for all their support and cooperation during the program. Actually, alhamdulillah, we have good change in our KPI after we apply our project. For us as a surgical team member, we can see that different in our work. We can feel it. And for you, inshallah, today you will see it here through our presentation. I will let you now enjoy with our presentation. as you see, this is our chart for our KPI. Here, this KPI, this is KPI, second KPI, it is, this is second KPI, it is starting first case on time. As you see, in January, we start with 0. And alhamdulillah, now in October, we reach to 68, almost 70. This is the fingerprint project. Actually, this. Well, actually, one of the reasons of starting first case on time, it is delaying of attendance of surgical team member. By discussing in our meeting here, by consult our colleague, by asking everybody, we choose this project as to improve this one. Alhamdulillah, we have a full support by our hospital administration to bring this machine to install, to collect all the database for the fingerprint. We have made a policy for that by cooperation also by quality management. After we apply, alhamdulillah, as you see the chart, alhamdulillah, we reach to 68.
هذا مشروع الدكتور عايد حقيقة تواصل وكلمني وقال إنه مشروع جميل جدا ونتمنى تنفيذه في جميع المستشفيات. الغرض منه إذا قلنا طبعا الحالات اللي تعمل في الغرفة أو الOR utilization كان ضعيف عندنا، فبدأنا نشوف إيش الأسباب. وجدنا من الأسباب زي ما تفضل أبو قاسم إنه بداية العملية كانت تتأخر. أول حالة تتأخر وبالتالي الثاني الثالثة ويؤدي بعدين في الأخير إنه في كانسليشن للحالات الأخيرة. الكانسليشن كان واصل إلى 35%، والحالات اللي تبدأ في الوقت المفروض تبدأ فيه اللي هو الساعة 8 0. كانت النسبة عندنا 0، يعني ما في أي حالة في الخمس غرف تبدأ بالوقت المحدد. عمل ما شاء الله أبو قاسم حقيقة فكر، جلس وعصر يعني وفكر أكثر من مرة وقال أنا أبغى أجيب بصمة. البصمة هذه للحالة الأولى، أنا عندي حالة أولى معروف إن حاجة على 7.5 أو 9، فأصبح إجباري. الإنسان اللي ما يبصم يجيه اليوم الثاني نطلب منه إفادة. ليش؟ وهذا إذا كان العضو قبلنا عضو. وصلت النسبة إلى 60%. كم يا أخو جاسم؟ 68%. تصور من 0 إلى 68% في خلال كم؟ في خلال 3 أشهر. إذا هذا الموضوع، وأتمنى أنه بدرية الآن يعني تركز في الموضوع بالكلينيكال اوديت. المشروع هذا هو مشروع لم يكلف شيئا. احنا الكلام اللي قلناه انه يكون له ايفورت وهاي امباكت، هذا اللي توفر هنا. البصمه كم كلفت؟ 2000. غيرت الان الاحصائيه حقت من 0 الى 68%. اضف الى ذلك انه النسبه الثانيه اللي بعد 68% الحالات تبدا within how many minutes؟
يعني حتى لو تاخرت لحد اقصى يمكن 8:30. احنا قبل البرنامج هذا كان 8:30 هذا وقت يعني معلش وقت الحضور، 8:30 هذا وقت الحضور. فالحمد لله يعني والكل مبسوط. صح في البدايه الكل استلم موضوع البصمه، كلمناهم قلنا لهم يا اخوان البصمه هذه يعني ما هي نوت افتر بيبول، هذه ما هي ورا الناس. البصمه هذه مشروع بس لتطوير شغلنا، حالاتنا تبدا وتنتهي. اذا احد عنده ظرف، اذا احد عنده مشكله احنا مقدرين، ما عندنا اي مشاكل. السيرجيكال تيم مثلا عندك كونسلتنت، عندك سبيشالست، الكونسلتنت يقدر يتاخر ربع ساعه نص ساعه عنده المشكله، يجي الساعه 8 وقت السكرين سجن، يرسل السبيشالست حقه اهم شيء، ما عندنا اي مشكله. حتى التكنيشن الكل يعني ما قلنا لهم ان البرنامج هذا ما هو احنا ورا الناس عشان نقص حياتهم، لا احنا عندنا مشروع نبغى نطور شغلنا. وبالتالي صراحه الحمد لله الكل التعاون معنا، صراحه الشكر كل الشكر للسيرجيكال تيم ممبر على تجاوبهم وعلى دعمهم للموضوع. صراحه بدون دعمهم اصلا ما كان حيمشي الموضوع يعني. ولكن بفضل الله عز وجل وبدعمهم الحمد لله مشت الامور. المشروع الثاني صراحه كان الاور يوتلايزيشن. الاور يوتلايزيشن طبعا هو كل المشاريع تصب في الاور يوتلايزيشن. زي ما تشوفوا احنا كنا 23 هنا، وصلنا 39. ال 39 هذه كمان طبعا البرنامج يحسب على 10 غرف عمليات. اللي هي الثمان زائد غرفة الدي ار وغرفة الليثوتريبسي. الاكشوال اللي شغاله منها فعليا 4 زائد 2 6. انت لو تنقص لو تدخل في البرنامج انه 6 غرف هي اللي شغاله فعليا، الاور يوتيلايزيشن راح يوصل 80%. وانت بنفسك لو تخش العمليات يعني لك من الساعه 7 الصباح للساعه 4 حتخش ما حتشوف اي غرفه فاضيه، كل الغرف شغاله بفضل الله عز وجل. الكنسليشن
بالنسبة لمعدل العمليات طبعا في عرض ويعرف الدكتور علي المدير، في عرض وزاري تعرض جميع المستشفيات بمعدل العمليات. معدل العمليات هو عبارة عن عدد العمليات التي تجرى على عدد الغرف الموجودة ضرب 100. طلع لك النسبة. احنا نسبتنا في مستشفى الملك فهد بالإحصائية على 9 غرف. هم طبعا ما ينظروا انه والله انت في عندك بنية تحتية والله ما عندك، ما ينظروا الامر هذا، فبالتالي تحسب على 9 غرف. In spite of this 3.2 معدلنا 3.2 رقم 4 على مستوى وزارة الصحة. إنتاجية مستشفى الملك فهد في إحصائياته موجودة، أخذت الرابع على مستوى مستشفيات وزارة الصحة بمعدل 3.2. عدد العمليات يمكن كانت تذكر أبو القاسم 300 الآن واصل إلى 530
الشهر اللي فات.
نعم. شغل العمليات. نعم. خمسة. عندنا 5.
هي 4 اللي شغالة مع غرفة الدي ار. الدي ار ما تحسبها، ما تشتغل فيها حالات سي اس بس. طيب الكنسليشن كانت 19. الحمد لله وصلنا في سبتمبر إلى 10. البنش مارك من 8 إلى 10 تقريبا. في الشهر هذا وصلنا 16. بس يعني المشاكل ما هي دايرة زي مثلا في اكشولي في 3 فاكتور للكنسليشن. فيرست اوف ذات البيشنت فاكتور، مرضى ما ديكير ما حيجوا العمليات، هذا ما حتقدر تتحكم فيه. الامر الثاني كمان السيكنس اوف ذا بيشنت. البيشنت حددوا له وفي النهايه البيشنت ديتيريوريتد ما يو كان نوت تيكن فور، هذه مش في ايدينا. الامر الثاني المينتنس، والاداره صراحه يعني الكل يعرف انها شغاله في موضوع على الصيانه، وباذن الله مجرد ما تخلص هذه برضه يعني نسبه من او سبب من اسباب الكنسليشن ان شاء الله انه حيروح. واخر حاجه اللي هو في البريبريشن حق البيشنت، ان شاء الله we are expecting a lot of support and cooperation from our surgeon to prepare the patient very well for OR. وباذن الله ان شاء الله حنوصل للبنش مارك 8 باذن الله. انا شغال على الموضوع هذا.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bajazan. As you can see with the KPIs, it's always a challenge. All those KPIs that they need to improve is always a challenge for every individual domain leader and data collector. Next, we're going to have the inpatient. Inpatient domain, our domain leader is Mr. Gibran Sakali.
Thanks, Divine, and thanks Mr. Bulgasan. Actually, I enjoyed his presentation. That's why I'm shy to give my presentation after him. He's using technology everywhere. It is an improvement project in his presentation. You need to teach us. Okay, good morning. Impatient. I'm the domain leader of impatient, but I'm not the hero of the domain. The hero of the domain are the data collectors, Smiley, Dr. Ahmed Najdi, and Dr. Ali, and Dr. Abdullah Najdi for his support, consistent support. Actually, for inpatient, since we started, they assigned for us 6 KPIs, and we tried our best to target all the KPIs. It was difficult to target all. We targeted only one KPI, is the clinical to physical discharge, which we had really a big problem in that. Okay, patients staying long time after the discharge will be written from the physician in the department. So we created 3 focus improvement projects. 3 focus improvement projects. All of these projects was targeting the clinical to physical discharge time. We want the time to be reduced. We want to reach the benchmark, which is 2 hours. The first project was creation of discharge facilitator. We'll explain this further during the presentation because it's our case study to be about it. Second, it was about enhance the compliance of in making discharge summary 1 day prior to discharge. We found an issue in writing the discharge summary. Physician will take long time to write the discharge summary. So we updated the policy and we developed the policy to write the discharge summary 1 day prior to the discharge. So the physician will decide today that this patient for possible discharge tomorrow, they will start writing the discharge summary from today. The last project was about dividing the availability of computers and printers in the physician rooms. We want the printers and computers everywhere in the hospital. So there will be no excuse for delaying in writing the discharge summary. So patients can go easily and go faster from the departments. We choose today to talk about the creation of discharge facilitator. And that was our big improvement project, the focus improvement project. Okay, our problem was, as I said earlier, that patients staying in the departments after the discharge for a long time, waiting for the process of the discharge and discharge planning, medications, discharge summary, appointment in the clinic, and waiting for the family as well. So we created the discharge facilitator. This delay will lead to delaying of patient admission from ER or from ED elective cases. Our approach was creation of discharge facilitator and working together with the big management and chief departments, medical director, everyone in the hospital. We're working together to achieve this. Then we made the policy for the discharge facilitator and we made the job description for them. Their job description mainly is about easing the discharge of patients from the department and sending them down to the discharge ground or sending them home. Outcome, when we started our project, when we started collecting the data in the first 3 months, our average was 3 hours and 3.8 hours during the first few months. Okay, we reached to 4 hours sometimes, patients staying after the clinical discharge, staying in the departments. After we implemented the project, we reached to 2.4 hours. Sometimes we reached to 2 hours and 40 minutes or less in patients staying in the department of the clinical discharge.
رجع على السلايد اللي قبلها. طبعا جبران يتكلم عن هذه السنة هي 3.8. طبعا هو الفيزيكال ديسشارج بمعنى انه بعد ما يكتب الطبيب البلان فور ديسشارج متى يتحرك المريض فيزيكالي ويخرج من الجسم. كانت 6 ساعات. طبعا انا قدمت المشروع هذا امام الوزير نهاية العام الاول وكانت 6 ساعات. كانت 6 ساعات ونزلت إلى 3.8. الآن في هذه السنة من 3.8 إلى 2.4. فأنت لما تحسبها لو حسبت على بداية المشروع إلى الآن هي من 6 ساعات نزلت إلى 2.4. نعم.
And that's our all inpatient KPIs and how we are going on. Dr. Ahmed insisted he wanted me to talk about two. Is the patient seen in the first day, and as we see that our percent is still low, 62%, and we need to improve this. We need to work together to improve seen in the first day by consultant. After the admission, in the first 24 hours, we need to have 100%. The benchmark is 100% from Ministry of Health. You see, 100% consultant need to see patients in the first 24 hours.
هذا الكي بي اي طبعا المريض من يوم يشاف الطوارئ ويدخل على الإقسام المفروض انه يشاف خلال 24 ساعة في الاستشارة. هذا الآن معدل الآن على كل مستشفيات المملكة. كل مستشفيات المملكة لازم انت ايوه فلازم الاستشاري يجي ويشوف الحالة. احنا عندنا نسبتنا كاملة كده 62 صح؟ 62%. فاحنا نبغى تعليق كده من استاذنا مديرنا دكتور مقبول. اسمعنا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I think it is patient right to be seen within 24 hours. It's according to the situation. And if patient is emergency case admitted, I think within 2 hours has to be seen by consultant on call. Okay? And after that he will decide if he need any subspecialty, he should contact immediately. Like last night, Dr. Hussein Agib Zahla Khair, he came at 2 a.m. here for emergency case. He take for Mudir, which is battery, for the patient. He left by 6 a.m. today. I think there is no excuse for consultant to delay more than 24 hours at all. Secondly, consultant call, he has to reply the case for the MRB himself. He should endorse himself for the patient. As I think this is a patient right, and I think our administration has to be strongly support this because this is our work. And we should not really, it's shameful for the patient to be seen more than, or not to be seen within 24 hours by a consultant. This is my view. Thank you, Dr. Abdullah.
I agree with Dr. Mokwa about patient right, but I mentioned not in the all department we have consultants. Like our department CTS, we have only specialists, and during last 4 years we can manage any cases in thoracic surgery.
I think Minister of Health, they don't know this. They know only they have KPI and they're monitoring the KPI.
أعتقد يعني أتفق مع الجانبين ولكن أتفق مع الدكتور مقبول كثير جدا. It's patients' rights. نحتاج إنه something from the administration يعني to support implementation of these projects. I think it's also departmental head. They should really support these projects.
The second one is about weekend discharges. And the benchmark from Ministry of Health is 28%, to have at least 28% weekend discharges compared to the whole week. But for us, unfortunately, we are still in 11%. What is it? Weekend discharges.
طيب احنا بس لو نسمع من الدكتور احمد العالي. دكتور احمد موجود.
He's the best person to answer.
The resource person.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah. Difficult. The weekend before, and still actually now, the weekend is still not the optimum for the round from all specialty, except or especially for the consultant. The round done by the resident in most of the departments. I'm not personally the resident, but sometimes need the decision from the senior specialist or consultant. And if we reach by the round be 100% in the weekend by the consultant, I think this will change the discharge because the resident busy in forwards and the ER, he not he didn't have time or she didn't have time to think or to call this for discharge or not, just he will did the round quickly. And from the head of the department, I think the best thing is to encourage the team and the consultant to do the round at the weekend. And thank you.
Hopefully we'll improve this in the future with your rounds. And
Hopefully, I know 11%. Maybe target after 2 months would be 80%.
The impact of this, the weekend discharge, low weekend discharge, delayed patient admission from here and the crowded in here, receiving calls in this case. 28%. يعني الدرك من الأسبوع الماضي. Okay, that the clinical to physical discharge for this year. When we started, it was around 4 hours. We went up, then we were going down after the implementation of the project. We went down, then we are consistent on 2 hours and 40 minutes. Expectation for the future, continuous support from the administration, medical director, and all the department chiefs. We are expecting that you will support us and continue supporting us to achieve the benchmark for our KPIs. Strict compliance with the policies and then cooperation among the stakeholders. We can't work alone. We need all the team to work together. Consultants, specialists, resident nurses, everyone in this hospital need to work together to reach our aim. That's our team. So me, myself, then the team leader, Smiley, Larissa, then the heroes, data collectors from all departments. And I would like to send a thank message to Smiley. She's really the hero of this. She's the one behind all of this. She was the one who's collecting data all the time. So thank you, Smiley. Okay, thank you very much.
For whatever questions you might have later or any reactions, after we finish all the domains during the break, you can, or during lunchtime, you can always have a chat with them, discuss about the KPIs. But next we're going to have the laboratory. We have, we have the outpatient. Outpatient, Mr. Haitham is going to be talking, is the domain leader of the laboratory. I'm sorry, OPD.
Assalamu alaikum. Nahid al-Masragi, staff nurse and OPD director in the hospital. First, I have to say who's doing all this work. We have to mention their name by name and we have to thank them. First, Sister Nadia, Yahya Ammari, Sister Harika, and our big support, Sister Annie, our best nurse. I worked with her in OPD and she's leaving now or exit, Sister Aisha, and I'll be the last one because I'm just trying to help them and they are the one who's doing all the work really. For the Adopt program, we have 5 projects and same with our colleague in inpatient, we have the same problem and we improve only 1 project, something you can see, but in the reality, in the position of OPD, you can see the difference. We choose one case now as the study case. It was the time of the patient physically waiting in the OPD, and we go through that one by one. This is our focus improvement. Time management to increase the number of OPD for new patients seen. I think Dr. Abdullah, he can tell us about this one because the ministry, they are following that one, especially for the new cases, the number of the patients seen in the clinics, and the action for that one was ordered by administration and medical director to increase the number in the clinic, in the number of the patients in the clinic. It was starting by 17 and reached 22. It means around 5 patients new.
طبعا مشروع الوزارة حقيقة ينظرون إلى عدد الحالات الجديدة في العيادة، وحقيقة أنا مع التوجه قلبا وقالبا. هي الحالة لما تنشاف بعدين أنا أتكلم عن الفروع. الحالات على ما أذكر يا هيثم كان 3 حالات صح؟ واضح لنا.
It was 3 cases and we reached 5.
وكان نسبتنا نسبة متدنية، كانت في الأصفر أو في 30 أو تحت 30 أقل من كذا. وبعدين أضفنا النيو بيشنت، أصبحنا من 30 إلى بلس 50 بإضافة ال5 حالات. طبعا يعني حقيقة تحديات كبيرة في هذا الموضوع، ونقاش واجتماعات مع هيثم والإخوان، خاصة في وجود الملك الإلكتروني. وانتهز الفرصة وأشكر حقيقة رؤساء الأقسام والأطباء التمريض والفنيين بشكل عام السجلات على الدعم الملف الإلكتروني. طبعا المشكلة الكبيرة كانت في إضافة النيو بيشنت، إنه مع الملف الإلكتروني كيف حيكون طبيب يعني يملك الوقت إنه يكمل الحالات هذه ويكمل حالات الفلو. الإضافة كانت تقريبا على مدى كم؟ 2 أو 3 مشروع.
It was gradually for some clinics. We start by general clinics and with the agreement of the chief department and their help also, the medical board and the advice for that one. And for some clinics, but we cannot enter more cases, slots because it's subspecialty and it will take more time to see the patient and decide what he will do. We added some clinics like we have to thank also Dr. Abdul Hawas. He's doing a great job. We open another clinic for him. Plus what he's seeing daily as walk-in patient. If you will count the walk-in patient, what he's seeing weekly, it will be more than his clinic. Also, we have to thank Dr. Makboul. He was big support for me, especially to fight with the people for increase the cases, to explain to them what is the benefit from that one, and finally we get the green light and the good point from them.
طبعا المشروع هذا احنا لو جينا طبقنا عليه يعني بدأ كان عليه حجازي وجاء هيثم يمكن تقريبا من العام الماضي كان او قبل السنة الماضية في شهر 8، واستطاع في خلال 3 أشهر في 3 أشهر كان الويتنج ليست واصل 7000 أو 6000 وشوية، ونزلنا إلى إنه الحالات النيو بيشنت، حالات النيو بيشنت كأقصى حد في العيادات المزدحمة، مثال زي النيورو زي
احنا عندنا المشكلة الأساسية في الحاجات السب سبيشاليتي اللي ما هي موجودة اللي عندنا في المستشفى. يعني مثلا عندك النيورو سيرجري، طبعا سبورت من الدكتور أحمد والدكتور علي أيام الله يذكرهم بالخير وجزاهم الخير. وصلت عدد العيادات إلى 4 عيادات، كانت عيادتين فقط فدبلوا عيادة، الآن صارت 4 عيادات اللي مفتوحة.
وأصبح كأقصى موعد كان في خلال 3 أشهر. يعني أنا أذكر لما كانت في 2016 يعطون مواعيد على 2019، وعلي يمكن فاكر الموضوع بالضبط.
اللي سويناه لو أنت فاكر كانت حاجة بسيطة، إنه we make the limitation for the new appointment for the next appointment. You cannot give any appointment after 1 year in the system. هذه حاجة وقفت الموضوع إنه أنت تعطي for 2 years or 3 years.
In general أصبح إنه معظم العيادات تعطى new patient within 4 weeks. 80% من العيادات كانت within 4 weeks، والعيادات المزدحمة والسب سبيشاليتي كانت كأقصى حد تعطيها في 3 أشهر.
والآن فعليا if any patient he really need to be seen soon he will be seen by any way. يعني the walk-in, by the helpful of the doctor. They are doing great job, more than their work, يعني. Especially in OBD, somebody is seeing daily walk-in, as I told you, Dr. Abdul Hawas or Dr. Muhammad Hakami, what they are doing, especially the neurology, what they are doing, really they are doing great job. Really, if the patient really he needs, especially most of our patients, they are coming as referral patient. It means the consultation or the referral he will pass by specialty by the doctor, and he is deciding he wants to see this patient after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks routine, and finally we did not get any problem for the patient. This is what I mean when I start talking in the really life, in the OBD, we are feeling there is different, but in the numbers you cannot see with that 4 project I told you. Can I continue? Second project, we have a problem for the, it's connected to the no-show. No-show, it means the patient who is not attending his appointment without any informing the hospital or the OBD to use his slot. We have our project, sorry. We make our one project for that one to increase the awareness of the patient, importance of the appointment, and we make our policy, and we make also our special number to call them from outside. In OBD we have 5 projects, but all connected together. You cannot find one separated, fully separated from the another project. Like this one, you will find direct contact with the no-show rate, or you will find direct contact with the quality. The third one, it was the no-show. The problem in that one, we did not decrease the rate, because we increased the number of slots, and the patient who did not come, he will get a new appointment soon. And also sometimes we get some force from our administration to give them a new appointment soon. And 3 of them, they are sitting here, and they are the one who's forcing me every day with the papers and emails, especially Dr. Ali, Dr. Ahmed, Dr. Abdullah. Sometimes even the patient is file closed, they will force us to open. The problem, this one increased the rate of the no-show. And we cannot do anything with that one if we will do like that. If we need to solve the problem, we have to follow the ministry policy. It means the patient will file his file will be closed, and will go back to his hospital. But there is something you have to deal with the rule, and something you have to deal with your heart and brain. Patient is like a nephrology patient, he cannot go anywhere.
طبعا النو شو ريت هذا طبعا معدل مفروض انه ما يصل الى اكثر من كم يعني كم بالنسبه للبنش مارك عندك؟ النو شو ريت عندنا كان 65%. 65%. الان نسبته كم عندك؟
The minimum we reach 35, and now it's 45.
احنا تقريبا كم الان؟
45.
احنا تقريبا نزلنا الى 35. نزلنا من 65 الى 35. أكاد أجزم لك إنه لما تيجي تعمل مقارنات مع المستشفيات الثانية، إذا استمريت على 35 أنت كويس. إذا استمريت على 35 أنت ممتاز. عندنا أمل إنه ننزل أقل من كده، تعمل مشاريع. أنا ممكن أواجه من الإدارة، ممكن ضغط علي في أشياء معينة، أروح أعمل لها حلول، أعمل لي مشروع، أشوف لي طريقة أخرى أعملها، أزود في الحالات، الووك إن أفعله بشكل جيد. في أكثر من طريقة إحنا نقدر، لكن ما أستسلم. النسبة هذه 35 خليها تنزل، لو نزلت كل سنة 5% ضعف. لا يجي أنا أقول والله حنزلها كانت 15% من الخبرة.
إحنا لو وصلنا للمشروع يا دكتور إحنا مبسوطين يعني. بس إحنا مش
مثلا 65 كيف نزلنا لها إلى 35؟ خلينا نتكلم يعني بمشاريع. المشاريع هذه كانت لم تكلفنا شيئا. كولين تيم وابديتنج تيم عملناها وسعناها على الاجسام، عملنا كورينج تيم وفعلناه. قد يكون عندك الان مساله الكورينج تيم لما تفعله بشكل اكبر، لما تيجي وتفعله بشكل يعني تستفيد من الخدمه الالكترونيه على المواقع بشكل جيد، ويكون التواصل مع المراجعين بشكل مفتوح، قد يقلل من الاشياء. على العموم ان شاء الله وباذن الله انا اتوقع النو شو ريت حينزل متى مرفوع على المشاريع بشكل صحيح.
وفعليا بدينا اخذنا بيرميشن من الدكتور عبد الله ان احنا نحاول نلاقي طريقه تواصل جديده مع المرضى. كان الفكره انها SMS عن طريق شركه من الشركات اللي موجوده، تواصلنا مع الاخ عبد الله جزاه خير انه موجود شغالين عليه، حيساعدنا كثير في الموضوع. مشكلتنا برضو في الفتره الاخيره اخر 3 أشهر او حاجه زي كذا، احنا مرضانا المنطقه متراميه الاطراف، يعني انت تجيبها تحسبها الشريط الحدودي كامل لين نجران لين الدرب، وترجع عندك المناطق القريبه هي اللي ما فيها مشكله. حتى المريض ما عنده مشكله انه يجي عشان يغير موعده، لكن عندنا المرضى اللي جهه صامته، جهه الخوبه، جهه الطوال، احنا ما في اي طريقه تواصل نهائيا. تليفونات ما في هناك نهائيا، جوالات ما في. صارت مشكله معنا الاسبوع اللي فات بلغنا عنها الدكتور احمد والدكتور علي والدكتور عبد الله عنده خبر، يعني وصلنا لين الطوارئ عشان نوصل للمريضه هذه. فمشكله ثانيه انه المرضى ما احنا قادرين نتواصل معهم عشان موضوع الخدمه التليفونيه ما هي متوفره عندهم.
الان يمكن التواصل على الواتساب اكثر من اي شيء. يمكن الدكتور علي دائما يتصل علي وهذا، اصبحنا في تواصل على الواتساب، معروف كيف يوصل لي وكيف اوصل له، وعن طريق البرامج يعني زي اللاين وزي الايمو والاشياء. الان يا اخوان ارسل على الواتساب حتوصل رسالتك، ارسل على الواتساب. نحاول احنا نجد حلول، يعني صدقني انهم حيتابعوك على الواتساب اكثر من اي شيء ثاني. خلي برامجك على الواتساب، ما هو لازم اتصال، وغير مكلفه، يعني بدل ما تكلفنا رسائل وتكلفنا الاشياء هذه كلها، خلينا على يعني نت مجاني مش بايع
كوسيله اتصال رسميه فقط، يعني نتكلم عنه SMS هتغطي عدد كبير، بس كوسيله اتصال رسميه انت عندك SMS انها توصل باسم المستشفى.
عندك رقم الان، رقم زين وقاعد للعياده، فعل الواتساب فيه الجوال، جيب لك جوال وواتساب، واضيف الناس اللي عندك القائمه حقتك، الليسته اللي حتعمل لهم كورنتين خليها على الواتساب. والله كلنا يمكن عارفين ان متابعه الواتساب اكثر من اي شيء ثاني بصراحه.
بعدين فيها سعر اكبر ان تقدر نجرب ابشر. طبعا اللي حنتكلم عنه اليوم احنا نقول كلينيكال ويتنج، مينيمايز كلينيكال ويتنج تايم. هذا اللي هو فعليا شيء هو اللي باين عندنا في الشغل، ايش اللي صار فيه. يعني احنا بدينا من حوالي 33 دقيقة، البنش مارك هو 15 دقيقة، احنا نزلنا تحت ال 15، بس احنا رجعنا في الفترة الأخيرة إلى 19 دقيقة. هذا اللي حنتكلم عنه المفروض المينيمايز كلينيكال ويتنج تايم. طبعا هو كان عشان بس نوصل للبروجكت نفسه، احنا بدينا من مشكله اساسيه كانت عندنا، حتلاحظها اول ما تشوف الشارت، انه كان المريض يقول لك يدخل المستشفى he's waiting for just less than second، يعني when he's put his leg in the hospital he will see the doctor direct. Finally we found the problem with analyzation. It's a wrong arrival time and wrong patient started in the clinic and wrong time patient seen by the doctor. Same, if you want to read, you will read, but this is what I told you, how the patient is arriving, what time he will arrive, and what time he will write. What time the patient will arrive and what time he will be starting at what and when he will come, what he will do. He will go direct to the door, he will knock the door, and he will disturb the doctor and the nurse, and he will take time. And what we did, we try. As I told you, all our projects connected together, we try to save the time in the clinic and to prepare the patient outside. And for this one, I have to thank my brother, Jubran Bandar, for their help for starting our clinical vital signs in OBD, because he was really good support for us because he wanted to do that one, and he support us very good with the staff also. I hate him, but I have to serve him. This is our problem. How we think about that. This is our problem and our solution, how we think about that one. And the mainly start with the vital signs clinic and the arrival desktop. The patient will come outside and he will arrive and it will be shown in the clinic inside. The patient he arrived in the hospital. The process now, it was patient in the first he is knocking the door to do arrival. Now the patient will come outside to the arrival desk outside. He will sign outside and it will be shown in the clinic. The patient is already in the hospital. After that he will go to vital signs clinic and just he will wait outside of the clinic till they will call him. This is the process what is going on now. It means you save the time. Just imagine if you have 17 patients and all of them they are knocking the door and they are giving the paper and they are asking what time I'll be inside. We try to be strict in the numbers, but you know our problem here with the handicap patient, with the special cases patient, we have to push the patient inside first to finish him. And sometimes you have to explain for everybody what is the right of this handicap patient or a special cases patient. Again, this is what I told you, the registration, how it's going on. This is one of our meetings. Brother Yahya and Sister Nadia, they are not with us, they are busy there. But they're hard with us, I know. This is the vital signs clinic. We have 2, female and male. And with the new design of OBD, there is a special area after agreement of our administration. It will be special and proper prepared for the vital signs clinic. This is our desktop for the registration. We have 2, one for male and one for female. And Mr. Abdul Malik, who is one of our colleagues in quality team. This is our result. 5 TBIs. We are talking about this one. Average waiting time. Sorry. We are talking about this one, the clinical waiting time. In the first month, squad started by 0.3, less than 1 second, because the wrong collecting data. It was the patient, when he will reach the clinic, they will ask him to do arrival. It means when he will start the examination, it means this is the arrival. But after that, we change that one. It is the really 33 minutes, and the minimum we reach 9 minutes, and now we are 19.
Is it because we transfer the OPD to other?
This is caused also because we in the new building we stop the arrival because we have 5 buildings different. We cannot make arrival in each building. We are doing again in the clinics, but also this one only for 5 days, not 1 month. It means not exactly result, but it is close to this one. This is 18 from 18, 11. It's close. The benchmark it is 15 minutes for waiting. The problem here was starting the patient when he is coming. Sometimes the patient, his appointment is coming physical arrival, he will be by 8 a.m. but his appointment by 12.
طبعا في واحد هنا دحين ممكن جالس انا معه ويراجع في العياده ويقول يا اخي انا جلست بالساعه ونص. هذا الكلام غير صحيح. جاوبوا انه يعني هذه حقيقه للاسف انه الان البرنامج اداء وبرنامج البي ياخذ النسب بشكل عشوائي. ممكن تكون في صالحك وممكن ما تكون صالحك.
معلش اقاطع بس عشان اللي يتكلم عنه الدكتور عبد الله. اول احنا كان ناخذ الكولكتنج داتا for 30 days for all the clinics. After that they changed to 5 selected days per month. It means random. We don't know which 5 days. Every month they are giving us the schedule.
تكون في صالحك ممكن ما تكون في صالحك. يعني ممكن في حالة في الطوارئ وتأخرت لأيام 5 أيام 6 أيام الإحصائية حقتك هتكون مرتفعة.
The second
طبعا هو نسب إحصائية معروفة معترف فيها دوليا ولكن أقول لك إنه ممكن تلقى بعض النسب بهذا الشكل.
The second point also for Dr. Abdullah, it was counting the patient arrival from he reached the hospital till he will see the doctor. Sometimes it was hours, but the correct way to collecting data, the time the patient his arrival from his appointment time till the patient he will see by doctor. This is what they are counting. يعني if the patient is appointment by 12 and he will come by 8, this is not my problem.
صحيح. إذا أنت موعدك الساعة 10 وجايين الساعة 8 هذه ما هي غلطة العيادة، هي غلطتك أنت جيت من بدري. فلما يحسب الوقت من الساعة 8 من يوم جاك العيادة وهو موعد على الساعة 10 ودخل على الساعة 11 حسب
It was counting by hours. It was counting by hours, but now they are counting from the patient time to the patient seen by doctor. There are some clinics, I cannot blame them, but really he need time to sit with the patient, like infertility doctor, Dr. Abdullah Najmi, he is taking at least 30 to 45 minutes with each patient, and we are going home by 6 p.m. every Wednesday.
أنا أشوف الدكتور مقبول بدأ يضحك بالإخوان. المسألة إنه عندنا في الانفيرتيليتي يعني دعوني يعني أحابب عن نفسي هذا. الانفيرتيليتي كلينيك أنت تشوف 2 patients at the same time. فالهازبند والوايف أنا لازم آخذ هيستوري من هنا وهيستوري من هنا. فبهذا آخذ الوقت هذا كله. طبعا هو زعلان علشان يطلع مع المغرب أو.
Just explanation يعني. For what's going on, because some patients really they are complaining we are coming in our time but they are not seeing the doctor. But really there is some clinics who's doing echo also, he needs sedation or something like that, like Dr. Ali Mudir. All my complaint about who's sitting with us today. He's taking really time and really he need to sit with the patient more time to take special data or something like that, or he need to do some investigation or echo or something like, or procedure or something like that. We know that one, but the patient they don't know that one. But really what they are doing inside the clinic, when he will be angry outside and will go inside and will come again happy from inside, it means he get the good information from the doctor, he received the good explanation why he was waiting outside. Because when he will sit inside, he will know what is the previous patient he get the inside. This is our result. We start from 33 minutes. This is the I told you the 0.3. This is how they are collecting before, and with Adaa they changed that one for us to 33 minutes from the next month. After that we reach here 19, almost 19. Yeah, in October. This is almost 19. We reached before that in 9 minutes or 8 minutes, but it is not fixed till now. But I think for me, I'm happy with 19. It's acceptable for me and will be, inshallah, less than 15 in next year, inshallah. This is monthly what is going on, and we reach this number. Outcome. As I told you, I'm happy and I feel this is successful for this project from 33 minutes to 19, and I told you also my team, they hope to decrease that one. This is what I explained to you before about the patient if he is not happy, but really there is some doctors really they are helping us inside the clinic by explanation to the patient, or at least he will be happy when he will get his full care inside. It means the time he is waiting outside, it means there is benefit for that one. This is for for our future. Our hope also to increase the knowledge about the appointment, to give the patient special care what he cannot found outside. To, you know, sometimes you cannot explain what is in your heart, but I think somebody is feeling what I'm feeling when I'm saying we decrease that one from 30 or 33 to 19. Please, the happiness you cannot transfer to another body. This is our team. This is Resilient. Because that I told you to observe something there. شكرا جزيلا. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll just have it a little bit quickly. For laboratory, Dr. Ahmad is the domain leader.
Excuse me, reminder only for the presentation should be 7 minutes, not exceed that, please. 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Okay, we start presentations about our laboratory. Only we have one KPI, is about turnaround time. And turnaround time, from the beginning, we are in the time, and our KPIs and performance is good. But there is a time is lost between extraction the samples to the arrive to the laboratory. From collection to receiving, this is our problem, and we discussed with our team and with the administration to establish our laboratory. High turnaround time is not for the time of the done the test, but for the time between collection to receiving. There is a mainly the main problem is the porter to transfer the sample to the laboratory. We started by brainstorming and fishbone analysis, and we get to start establishing of the ER lab. And because the reconstruction of the hospital, and especially in the ER, we delay our project. Already we have machines that arrived for CBCs and a machine for other machines in the way. We start to make validations of the to take times to make a shortage of the time. We start the validations of the machines, and inshallah when the restructure is finished, we inshallah start immediately. This is I talk about it. The task is for the lab is actually from the time of the collection, the time of the receiving to verify the result, which are within all the time. We are within the limits, except this one is the error in the entering of the data, and we cannot change it because we already submit for the Adda'A. We cannot change, but our time is good. This is the time I talk about it. This is the time from extraction to the receiving the sample in the laboratory, which starts by 2 hours, and now alhamdulillah we receive 1 in 30 minutes, and inshallah by end of the project we limit this one to the shorter than that.
What's the benchmark?
The benchmark 2 hours. Our benchmark is 2 hours. Because we collected the benchmark because of the previous one, and there is many issues. Sometimes the nurses start to print the barcode, then collect the time. You prepare, especially in the night or especially in the ER. And sometimes the porter will not take the sample to the ER. He make it collected, and before he going, many times he We go one time, we collect many patients, wait 10 minutes, please wait 15 minutes, please wait more. I have one patient. This make a problem for us, but now is when we make educations for our baseline. The KPI.
So the present doctor, all the benchmarks for all the KPIs were then given to us by GE.
It started from our data. It's
But it
collected
starts from the
previous data.
baseline.
Baseline, then we calculate the benchmark. And you can hear for that, our benchmark is the same. Okay. This is our result. This is for hematology, that's for routine. And this is for the ER emergency. Is within a time. The task for is 1 hour. We make more educations for the people. We restrict the porter to bring the samples in the time, not later. And this is make improvement. And regardless to implement the ER lab. When implement the ER lab, inshallah, it will be lesser than that. Future our focus, inshallah, we started by the last week. There's the iStat machine. We'll introduce, inshallah, and validations are beginning in the next week, inshallah, with the arrival of the kits. iStat machine will distribute it to the ICU and ER in the first. Then later we can speak to the other department like radiology. We have a special kit for creatinine and urea. We can shorten the period waiting for going to the lab and coming to the radiology. And inshallah, with the finishing of the reconstruction, we start functioning of the pneumatic tube, which transfer all the sample immediately to the laboratory unit for porter and the time lacking behind for that process. This is our expectations, the continued compliance of the staff and support from all of the hospital staff, and this is our laboratory team, and make great thanks for all the people, especially Abdul Latif, which are the leader of collecting data. Thanks for all.
Thank you, Dr. Arman. The next one, we're going to have the radiology department. The domain leader is Mr. Ali Nadadi. They only have actually one focus improvement.
Our focus improvement, it was focusing on MRI, customizing specific days for each examination in MRI. This means before we were open the schedule for all patients in the same days. We can do at the same day brain and abdomen and spine at the same day. It is consuming time for us to changing the quality between the patients and not comfortable for the staff. And this is taking also a long time from order to scan. This means waiting time for patients to get access to MRI scan. What was done regarding this problem? We analyze the requested coming from OBD and we make workshop for MRI staff, for PACS admin, and quality officer, and we design the schedule program, and we start scheduling. Our outcome, it was before implementation of the project. Slots per week, it was 76 before implementation, and after implementation, it is 94. This is our KPI, it is order to scan. It was before we implement our project, 57 days, and now it is 17 days. Also, the second KPI, machine utilization, it was 46 and now 54. This is our graph. If you see, this is the curve. It started with 388 hours. Now it is 420 hours. If you convert it to days, here 57 days and here 17 days. This is our dashboard. If you see the average order to scan, now it is 420. Also our project, it was chosen from أداء in the ministry to be in the أداء magazine.
هذا المشروع عرض بالنسبة لأداء الشهر الماضي صح؟ نزل بعدي من شهرين من الأوردر تو سكان من شهرين إلى هي نزلت إلى 14 يوم وفي تقصير كان 17.
To break tide and faster clinic 24 hours for 7 days by reallocating staff. Running triage clinic courses. Actually, we sent some staff for triage course, and now they are certified and they have certificate for that. Developed policy and procedure. Now we implemented the policy for 24 hours triage. And training certification for triage staff. Already we have some staff. They are always assigned in the triage, and they have certificate. New triage staff and faster physician schedule. They have separated schedule, physician and staff for them. The outcome. ED triage faster clinic operated 24 hours for 7 days, certified triage staff with Canadian triage. Daily morning round by observation. You will just see that when it is happening now. In the morning time, you will not see different 4 and 5 waiting in the observation. They will be seen by physician in our clinic, and they will be discharged home. Average maximum patients they are coming in the night shift, especially they reach to 30 patients. We are just focusing in KPI 1, talk to the doctor. This is our budget. We have here the CTAS. This is the CTAS 1. Just see, it is going, actually patient will be seen immediately in CTAS 1 especially. CTAS 2, patient can take for 15 minutes, then we will just see. This is for CTAS 2, and this is our graph for CTAS 2. CTAS 3, actually it is dropping here in the middle, because CTAS 3 they need beds in observation, and you know the overload of patients. No bed, and patient can wait for long time. We're just, as what I say, we're just focusing in CTAS 4 and CTAS 5, and this is the graph you just see in the end. It is improving after we open the triage 24 hours. This is the CTAS 5. see this here now. It's looking for future focused improvement. Triad policy and procedure are strictly implemented. Continuous support for hospital administration, and they just give us good support for that. They give us a doctor even. That's why we open Triad for 24 hours. Administration continuous support in achieving the focus improvement. This is my team. I want to thank and big thanks to Sister Walia. She's the one data collector and she's following the project. I want to thank to Muhammad Ganai and Manal. They are my team. Also thanks to Dr. Musa. He's supporting us. He wants to come but he is busy. Thank you to all, and thank you to Brother Jubran also. He supports us for starting. We have adult triad, yeah. Pediatric, we are planning to open a new triad because now you need our triad is under maintenance, and now we have designed for pediatric especially. So we are doing, yeah. Visual triad, media, and yeah, it's in the waiting area.
Thank you, Mr. Hamadi. The last but not certainly not the least is the critical care areas. The domain leader is Mr. Ahmed Najmi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm the Milk Critical Care Team leader. We'll talk about our team and what we did in Adaa program. We have many projects, but we gave our priority for 2 projects. First project about certify of the critical care staff in ACLS and ACLS for ICU staff, NRB for neonatal staff, and BAS for media ICU staff. Second project for us, it was about plan and implementation of comprehensive infection control training program for critical care staff. For this second project, we made a course about infection control in cooperative with the infection control department. It was approved from Saudi Council, and we made policy for that to be continuous education for any staff who work in the critical care area. Our presentation today about certification of the critical care staff. Why we selected this one? Because of the shortage in the staff, and some staff in 1 month we received 4 staff joined the ICU or neonatal ICU, and some most of them they are coming without certification of the special certification for critical area. That's why we selected this one. Our case study, certification of the staff. The problem I mentioned before, due to the staff shortage, significant number of the staff assigned to the critical care area are not qualified or don't have the necessary skills and knowledge in order to independently take care of their patient. Approach. Coordinate. First, we coordinate. We made list for all the staff who don't have certification, and list for the expired who have this certification. We coordinate with Brother Ishwi in our training department, and coordinate with regional department, training department, with Dr. Khalid Atif regarding ACLS, and Dr. Ali Agil regarding NRB, and they helped us to do this one. For BALS, that's our problem. We don't have a center here in the regional training. We coordinate with Asir Hospital, or Asir team, but still now, unfortunately, 4th time they postponed the course. موعد كان 21 اليوم بكره 21 الى 23 بس وصلنا ايميل الحين امس كانسل الى هذه السفر من عندهم التيم حق عسير. Regular monitoring of staff courses. We made a list for all the staff in the critical area with expiry date for a certification. We'll notify the nurse before 1 month or 2 months your certificate will expire. Please from now start the process to update. هذا الشيء جاهز مو موجود.
لا مش جاهز
موجود اليوم والاسبوع اللي كان جاهز على بالي. الSLS وهذا الباص والنيونيتال certification. This one for NRB. NRB we started 31% of the staff certified with NRB from neonatal staff. And alhamdulillah we reached to 91% now in the end of this. And there is the next course coming, maybe we'll reach about 99. For doctor, it was NRB 79, now we reach 100% for doctor. This is the graph show. We started from 30%, 90%, or this one for NRB, neonatal staff. This for doctor, from 80% to 100%. This is the bus. This is our problem and our project. Bus starts zero, still zero for the staff till now. And for doctor, from 11%, they achieved 100%. This is for SLS, it was good result. For nursing, we start with 6%, and now we reach it to 82% after 3 courses of SLS. We reach it to 82. For doctors, from 0%, we reach now 73%. This graph will show the improvement from 6% till about 80% for doctor. We reach now 70%. Expectation future folks, active and continuous coordination with the postgraduate and training department and the arrangement of advanced courses to keep staff certification current and valid. Staff sense of responsibility in keeping their certification updated. This is our team. This is during a one-day training. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. Now we have finished with the 7 domains, but it's just 2017. We finished the wave 1 because those projects are wave 1. For wave 2, we would like to ask Gladys just to give us a brief, just a very brief, on what to expect on wave 2 projects. Gladys.
So good afternoon. So we finished, as Sister Divine mentioned a while ago, we finished already wave 1. So what will be next? Kalas. We finish our wave 1, so we will stop. Yes or no? Probably. But aside from the reason that it is mandated by the Ministry of Health, I can tell you also so many reasons why we should continue until 2018. So first, implementation of focus improvements improves KPI performance. What is KPI? KPI is a concrete measure of our hospital. You cannot judge a hospital like, this hospital is good, this is fair, this hospital is bad. No. A hospital will be measured according to its KPI. So what are the examples of KPI? We together, the Adaa together with the clinical audit, I think Sister Madria is here, the clinical audit has 49 KPIs. So with these 49 KPIs, some of the 49 KPIs of clinical audit we have also in the Adaa. Inshallah, in this 2018 Adaa, we will take this KPI from Adaa together in coordination with the clinical audit, and we will have only one data. Because without data, there is no improvement. So, to cite an example, we have examples like average length of stay, we have hospital-acquired infections, we have EDD to LOS compliance in our hospital, and among others. So, what is our position in terms of the performance with these 50 hospitals all over the kingdom? Actually, our hospital was chosen beforehand. In the first wave of Adaa, in the first wave of PCP before, we have 33 hospitals. We were chosen. Again, in this Adaa, we were chosen again alongside with these 50 hospitals. So, last time we have KaiNexus. Now we have the GE Health Informatics or Insights. This is an example of a view in this website. So, how to explain this one? This is our hospital. When we say red, it is unacceptable. When we say green, it will be, or blue, it will be hospital or directorate or hospital type. This sometimes can also be the benchmark, meaning it is world class. But for this side, unfortunately, our hospital belong to the lowest performance with this overall decision to this position. This is an ER KPI. But don't take this one as a defect in our system or a defect in our hospital. This is an area for improvement. It is better to start from the ground, and we are progressing slowly but surely. And also, it is expected. Why? When we say decision to this position, this is the start time when the doctor made his decision whether the patient will be admitted to ICU, ward, or transfer. It will end when the patient physically leaves ER. So, what are the reasons maybe that this is very high? The reasons maybe is, aside from the obvious reason that we are doing renovations, thus our hospital before is having 600 bed capacity or 450 holding beds. Now we are down to 300. So, it decreased the inpatient beds. So instead of these patients going in the inpatient wards, patient will bottle up in the ER. Aside from this reason, we have many more reasons. Another good reason that we can act to this one is about the EDD to LOS compliance. When we say EDD, it is the expected date of discharge versus the length of stay of the patient. These two should be the same. I mean, when the doctor tells that the patient will stay for 5 days, then the patient will stay for 5 days. Why is this increasing? Because of the fact also that maybe we lack clinical practice guidelines, or maybe increase of HAI or hospital-acquired infections, or maybe from pressure sores, or from patient falls, or from among other comorbidities of the patient. And aside from this one also, sometimes the patient will be staying in the hospital for more, even if the patient is discharged already, she will stay in the hospital for a couple of hours. As you can see, KPIs are connected to one another. First, this KPI of OPD, of inpatient, about the clinical to physical discharge is again connected to this one. So, aside from this belonging only to ER, this is also belonging to the inpatient team. So this is the negative side. Don't take this one as a bad effect to your performance. This is again a source for your work for improvement. On a lighter note, the second reason is the need for consistency and sustainability. The good news is, what about the outpatient clinical waiting time dashboard? From the OPD team, they have chosen this project. Our hospital belonged to the top one of the best performing hospital in terms of the outpatient clinical waiting time. So, we will stop. Kalas? Yes or no? We will not stop. We need to sustain and continue with the monitoring with this process. Why? What if we decline our performance? If we decline our performance, all the efforts, all the resources we did in the past will all be going to waste. And if we'll go to waste, and if we have the chance again to initiate this project, these people who work with this project will have no initiatives anymore. So we need to sustain the projects that we improve. So for those KPIs that are very low, we need to improve. Those that have improved already, we need to sustain. Next reason, learn new skills and competencies. You know, healthcare quality improvement is not due to the business of all the businesses all over the world. Not only in healthcare, we have also in automotive, we have also in communication, and in the marketing. In the 1980s, it came to our healthcare organization. Why? Because there's a need. So for this, at 2018, it's not only that you are helping the hospital, you are also professionally growing. These quality tools that you will be learning also in this at 2018, you can use in your future endeavors. And last, as I have told a while ago, it is mandated by the Ministry of Health. One of the new vision ecosystem to drive vision implementation. And it is one of the priority of the minister. So these are only the four primary reasons. There are more reasons, but inshallah, we ask for your help and support to continue with this 2018 Adaan.
Thank you, Sir Gladys. At this point, we have we're up to the challenge for 2018, definitely. At this very moment, we'd just like to recognize those who have worked in 2017. We would like to give recognition to all those who have worked hard. Okay, and we are going to just announce per domain. We would like to request the domain to come here in the front to just get your certificate of recognition. And we would like to request our hospital director as well as Dr. Ali Mudir, our assistant for curative services, just to hand over the certificates. As I call your names, just please come down with your domain leader and domain and data collector. Okay? First, we're going to start with the domains. We're going to start with the inpatient. Jubran and Smiley, we'd like to ask you to come down together with the rest of your team members. Okay, first we would like to give to the domain leader, along with our just a token, which is a cup and a pen, bearing our names of the ADA. Jubran Sahle, our domain leader. I would like to call Smiley. Smiley, are you around? Smiley. We would like to call the rest of the staff for the inpatient. We'd like to call those data collectors. Data collectors, could you please come down? The data collectors for inpatient. All of the data collectors, or those that are here. Annie, Sister Annie, please come to just get your certificate. Those who have been with the data collectors team. Just give one to... Yeah, they're not here. For those that are not here, we would like to have Jubran get all the certificates. We'll just put it there and you will just distribute to them later. Yes. Sister Annie, for the obs and gynae. Yeah, for the data collector, Dr. Ali, this is Mali, the one who's working hard for the data collector.
Divine. سكري برجوكتر عشان اللون.
Okay, for those who would like to give to Jubran all the certificates. Jubran, we would definitely want you to give to all your teams. I know that some of them are not here. They might be in the department right now. Jubran will be taken in behalf of all the team members. able to get all the certificates, sir? Yeah, because some of them are upstairs. Okay? For the emergency department, the team of emergency department would like to call Fahad and Walia. Manal, come on, come here. Just get your papers. Majid, Walia, the data collectors.
Helena Billah.
Okay, so we have Majid as the domain leader, Sister Walia as the lead data collector who is responsible for taking the data, and Manal who is the co-data collector. Sister Manal, she's helping Walia. And for the rest who are not here, Majid will take the certificates. For the radiology department, Ali and Nazawi and the rest, we would like to recognize Ali Haddadi, the domain leader of the radiology. Nazawi. Ahmed Nazawi is the data collector. Yes, Abdurrahman Dagas, come down. Get your certificates. You work hard for this team, especially for the data collection. And for the rest of the team members, the domain leader will get Abdurrahman Dagas. The next is the laboratory domain. We have the domain leader, Dr. Ayman, and where's Abdul Latif? Abdul Latif? And Abdul Latif, man. We'd like to call in Tariq Gawaji. The data collector is a laboratory, sir. Thank you, laboratory. Next, we would like to call on the OR. The OR who has the high-tech presentation. We'd like to have the rest of the team. The domain leader. And of course, Kathy, the brains behind the presentation. Abu Ghassan, could you please receive in behalf the others? Thank you very much. Now we go on the critical care. The voice of the critical care with his domain leader, Ahmed Najmi, and Abdul Musim Hulus, the data collector, along with Sabay. Sister Annie, Sweta, these are the two members of the data collection who works hard every month to get the data. Ahmed Najmi. Annie. Abdul Musim Hulus. And Annie for the ICU, sir. has been collecting every month. We're very active indeed. And Sweta for the neonatal and PDICU. Sweta. Outpatient. Glad Sweta. Hello, for Sweta for PDICU. NICU. There are difficulties with the names of Okay, Sweta. You always go to Sweta every time you go for rounds. Thank you, Sweta. And third, last but certainly not least, OPD. Haita, Harika, our domain leader. Haita. We have Harika, the data collector. Yes. Yeah. No PD. Annie? Yes, Sister Annie. Sister Annie is due to go home. Yes, Sister Annie. Congratulations, Sister Annie. Sister Aisha? Sister Aisha? Sister Aisha. And lastly, Sister Princey? Yes, Sister Princey. Sister Princey of OPD. Okay. At this point, we would like to acknowledge for those our support services. I'm not sure if they're here. The IT department. They have also a citation for recognition. This medical supply. Amazogan, are you around? Amazogan. So these people as well as the IT service. So we would like to really commend them because every time doctor calls them for a meeting, they really come, especially if there are some issues. And of course, we would like to give citation to our change agents, Lisa and Gladys. Have your photo taken. This is a very good time that we will send to our families. As change agents. For the domain leaders and their data collectors, if we call you on a toll, even in the middle of the night, this Lynn does that. And of course, I will get my own certificate.
During discussion, you are lucky to put me on the bar.
Okay, so we just like to have Dr. Ahmed Nahari and Dr. Ahmed Najdi to please come and get your citation because every time and Dr. Abdullah is so busy and is trying to solve all the problems of the hospital, you are always there to catch. So we thank you for meeting with us every week. Thank you so much, sir. We always look up to your leadership because whenever we have problems, we always call and Dr. Abdullah is listening. And of course, Ali Mudir, we would like you to hand over. Dr. Abdullah has always been, every time. At this point, we would like to close the celebration with Dr. Ahmed Najdi, sir, to just give the closing before we're going to have a photo op.
طبعا اليوم يعتبر يوم سعيد صراحة بانتهاء البرنامج 2017. أنا want صراحة to from data collectors to raise their hands. Data collectors, hands. Actually, the data collectors, you are very smart and amazing, and I would thank you very much for your great job during this year. Domains, raise your hands please. Domains, actually, they are leaders. And I hope for the future, as Dr. Abdullah Najmi said, you will, inshallah, lead everything in the region. So thank you very much for the leaders. I want to thank the heartbeats for the other program, Sister Define, Sister Resilience, Sister Gladys. Thank you very much for your actually, any problem we have during this program, during the year, always we have support, and finally, at the end, with no solution for the problems, we'll go after the guards to Dr. Abdullah Najmi, Hospital Director. He is always support us and found a solution for us. So thank you very much, Dr. Abdullah. Thank you for Dr. Ali Mudir to come in to our celebrating, and thank you for everybody here. And now we can go to the prayer and eating with you. Thank you.
Before we would like to have the hospital director and Dr. Ali to have the ceremonial cut of the cake, please.